some crystals as well. This one is an opal. And then I have this one's malachite. I like it a lot because it looks like ice cream. And it's got this really rough side on the bottom. It's pretty cool. These are chunks of quartz, and I'm going to use them in the videos this month the way I used the opals last month. So I have this one. It's very multifaceted. And then it's got this rough part on the back. And then there's this one, just really shiny on this side and this side, and really rough back here. And then I have this little baby one, which is very multifaceted. But then it's got this weird little pocket on one side. And these are all Tibetan quartz points. this 2020 tarot reading. And we're starting out with this card, the Moon. The Moon is Pisces card, even though the Moon corresponds to Cancer in planetary terms. We have this lobster crawling out of the water, and I did a little bit of research on it, and it turns out that the full moon is a really bad time to go trapping for shellfish. So, and they didn't really elaborate on why, other than they found that their traps were always empty. Maybe it has something to do with the added visibility. We also have all these yodes coming down from the moon. These rays, little divine sparks and flames of life. The moon is about things being obscured by darkness. And the moon is crossed by the Ten of Pentacles. So this could be a situation where you actually have a really stable life, but it feels very unstable. Let's look at the past, Libra. We have the Hermit here, and he's in the reverse. So maybe you've already done all of your seeking, or maybe there were times where you should have been seeking and instead you were dreaming, or you were drinking, or you were smoking weed and thought you were being philosophical, but you weren't. You were just being high. But it could also be that you've come out of a period of intense asceticism. So we'll have to pull some more cards on that and find out. Now that brings us to the present day again. And the Four of Wands, both upright and in the reverse, has been a very popular card this month. The Four of Wands is a happy ending, but it's a happy ending with a sequel. So it could be like a marriage, or it could be like you got the one thing that you always wanted, and now you get to, go on with your life and do other things that involve that. Let's look at the future. So, the future card. This is the Eight of Pentacles, and this is talking about a job. This is a career. This is something you've been working toward for a long, long time. This is your place in the world. And let's see what that says. We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. These swords are partially hidden in the sand, and this card speaks to treachery. It also speaks to bewilderment, which we're dealing with here with the Moon card. But I think it's possible that you're coming out of this period in your life, because this is in the reverse. So all of these swords that were in your path, ready to stab you secretly, are now being brought to light. And we can look at the mirror that the world is holding back to your face. And we have the Hanged Man in the reverse, which is actually a little bit like things that people sacrifice in order to attain a higher state. The Hanged Man can also be about stasis, but I really see it more as the tightrope between more primitive primates and the Superman from the Nietzsche book, Thus Spake Zarathustra, which I'm a little bit obsessed with in some ways. And here you have the Hermit in the reverse too, so together these two cards tell me that it's possible that you're not willing to make the sacrifices that would really put you into a higher plane, that you're not ready to attain that level of consciousness. Because this is the mirror that the world is holding back to you, and it comes after this Seven of Swords. I think that's a perception on other people's parts. And you see that as being trickery and beguilement, and you're not having it anymore. And they see it as a lack of dedication on your part. So here we have the hopes and fears. And it's the Ace of Cups in the reverse. I think that you're afraid that you won't be able to get close to anyone. Ever. I don't think that's true, but I think that, or that you'll never be truly happy in your job. That's another thing I'm getting. And now let's look at this, which is your goal and destiny card, and this, which is the final outcome. Alright, so the Princess of Pentacles. This could be about like a non-starter type of job. Like you might have a false start at something before you get to this. Or this might be coming before the real start of the next thing that happens. You might get another job in this field, and then all of a sudden you get like another opportunity to do something completely different that you maybe have never done before. And we get the Judgment card here. So there's going to be some kind of final, I'm hearing retribution, but I don't think it's really like that. It's like a retribution, comeuppance. I don't know why these are the words that are coming to my mind. It could be like if you're involved in negative self-talk, that you feel like when these things don't work out, that it's your fault or a shortcoming on your part. But this could also be because, like, those are the things I'm hearing, but this card is upright, so I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's going to end up being very good for you. But I'm going to pull some more cards about that. I'm going to pull some cards about this connection here. I'm going to pull some cards about these two, the Hermit and the Hanged Man, and I'm going to put it on top of this Eight of Pentacles card, but that's kind of just the energy. That's not really actually like part of it. And then I want to find out more about if these are correlated to each other. So I would like to see this first, actually. Yeah, so this is a kind of money that is like when you leave your teeth for the tooth fairy under your pillow. It's a finite amount of money, and you have to give part of yourself to get it. This Queen of Spades here, and this person might be a little cold and calculating, and they might be involved in this situation. There's going to be things about this situation that are very weird and that you can't really see what they are by looking at them. Like this little figure in this outfit that really obscures the shape of whatever this thing is, and then it's got this cow skull for a head. And you're going to end up having to cut parts off of yourself. And there's a lot there. There's like a candlestick. There's birds up there, there's flowers, beautiful flowers, and it looks like the flowers are weeping. And here the skeleton is cutting this tree off right at the base, even though it has so much to offer. There is a cat up there. I wonder if he's after all of those things. But then the thing is that once you kill that tree, it's no longer going to produce all of these beautiful things. So you can only get them that one time. Alright. So the Four of Wands, we also have this Eight of Clubs, which, as you can see, now you've got all these keys. This card, the Three of Clubs, I look at as like bars, clubs, like music venues, anything like that. So now you have the key to all of these venues. And we also have the Four of Spades, so that's also the Four of Wands. And this could be mental illness, but it could also be a bunch of new ideas. So I think you finally have the keys to all of the bars that you've ever wanted. Alright, let's look at this Seven of Swords in the reverse. So we have, alright, we've got the Queen of Hearts here. We have the King of Diamonds. And we have the Ace of Wands. So I get the sense that these are two people, and either you know them or you are one of them. You're either the Queen of Hearts or the King of Diamonds in this situation. Hearts can be water energy, diamonds can be earth energy. And then this Ace of Wands is that these two people together have the power to to circumvent all of this. Alright, so let's look at this Princess of Pentacles and the Judgment situation. We have the Jack of Hearts, and the Jack of Hearts is a little bit of a Lothario, a little bit of a player. And this actually came up either in Virgo or Leo's reading about the Princess of Pentacles kind of being cut off from their emotions by financial situations, and the Jack of Hearts being tied into that as well. We also have this Two of Diamonds. Now this is a beneficial business partnership. And then finally we have the Four of Hearts, and the Four of Hearts is a romantic situation that's a little bit weird and inappropriate in this case. And I think that's what the final judgment is going to be about. So now I'm going to roll these quartz points out onto the reading and see what else it tells me. Alright, so we have a connection here between this Four of Wands and this Ace of Cups, your fears being tied in to this Four of Wands situation. We also have both of these have landed smooth side up. So even though, so what this is telling me is you're cutting off these parts of yourself to make things easier in this situation. And again, I see like this landed on this this really strange figure, right? That we don't really know what this entity looks like. And it's pointing not just up at this Jack of Hearts, but it's also pointing down here to the Eight of Clubs card, where you have all these keys and the Four of Wands. So this also being right here next to this moon, there's a lot of obscurity there, and it's going to be navigating that obscurity in an affectionate but also kind of cold way that will bring everything together. Libra, thank you so much for joining me today for your ASMR August 2020 tarot forecast. If you did enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below letting me know what you thought. I appreciate you supporting this channel very much. I hope you have a great month, and I'll see you again